tap that like button, or I'm gonna tap that ass, and turn on the notifications so you could always be up to date with my videos.
What's up? Xolus here. For a lot of you guys, this might be true too, but I think most of us can agree that Gamestop is a pretty nostalgic place. That shit's been here since I've been out the womb, dude. Like, I fucking grew up around GameStop. GameStop was probably my favorite store growing up. I remember going there to get DS games, GameCube stuff, Xbox 360 games, and Xbox One games, and I don't know why. I don't know where I kind of transitioned to digital games, because I'm not even gonna lie, there's a lot of good deals in terms of just digital games in general. I feel like it's a lot cheaper, and it seems like common sense, because when you make a game a hard copy, it's obviously going to cost more money to make it an actual object. You know, I think everyone knows by now that GameStop isn't in the greatest of positions. You know, they've been on a pretty hard decline for a while now. I don't know how they've survived this long, but you know, they're hanging in there. And the one place I can say it reminds me of GameStop is Blockbuster. Another place I grew up with. I remember going on Friday nights to get movies with my dad, because I'd go with my dad on the weekends. Yeah, guys, my parents aren't together. Not everyone lives that picture perfect life. Bruh. And you know, I remember my dad would pick me up, and we would just go with all my siblings to go just pick up movies at Blockbuster. And you know, I just remember getting things like X-Men, the animated show, and just like random movies, and that shit was just so fun back in the day. But you know, things slowly killed that, such as like Netflix, Hulu, and just online streaming services in general. And GameStop is next up, as sad as it is to say. Like, fuck, dude. All the GameStops in my area just look so dead. Have you guys noticed how GameStops usually have all this merchandise besides the games? Like, yeah, the games are the main focus there, but you guys know how they have like Pokemon cards and just Funko Pops and just like collectible figurines in a glass display, and just a bunch of like clothing from animes and blankets and just a bunch of random shit. You guys know how most GameStops have that? Well, the ones in my area, and I live in Southwest Florida, so it's a pretty heavily populated area, they're just so dead now. They're like running on fumes. You know how all the GameStops have all that merch and the games? Well, my GameStops only have video games now. And they have like a few merchandise things, but even at that, it's not what it used to be. You know, they used to have like these racks of shirts from different games. Now it's like just a clearance rack of shirts. All the Funko Pops are fucking garbage. And I know a lot of people be like, why are you even talking about this? What does that have to do with the actual games there? It kind of just shows you that these companies are struggling, and it's pretty sad. The GameStop in the mall in my city is literally out of business. Like, it literally went out of business. If I have the pictures, I'll show you guys them, but it was just so dead, and it's pretty fucking depressing, because you'd think the last place that would go out of business is a GameStop in the mall, where people purposely go to shop. I would honestly contribute all this to PlayStation and Xbox really pushing their digital games, which I don't see the problem in it, but at the same time, you could really tell that Xbox cares a little more, but Sony really didn't give a fuck about GameStop in a way. Like, dude, the fact that Sony released a digital PlayStation just kind of shows you that they didn't give a fuck about GameStop in a way. Like, that was like a complete finishing move in terms of GameStop. Obviously, there's still going to be a lot of people wanting the PS5 on like hard copy disc, but at the same time, dude, I know like maybe even half of people still want just digital games. They don't give a shit about disc games. And I'm going to be honest, this is like my opinion. This is not false. This isn't correct. I think digital games are just a better deal in general. You know, obviously they both have their drawbacks. You know, digital games, if you lose your account, you don't have your game anymore. If you have a disc game and you want to play on another account, you could still play on it. But digital games usually just have a better deal in general. Like, have you guys seen the PS Plus deals and just the deals that PlayStation does in general? Like, there's always better deals on games. Like, look at these prices, and then I'll show you the disc price for GameStop. It's honestly kind of depressing. It just sucks because it's pretty much contributing to GameStop's downfall. It seems like I'm kissing GameStop's ass, but at the same time, you know, GameStop, it's done me dirty quite a few times. Oh, so look at this post. This is from my Facebook from when I was a little kid, and I remember at one point in time I was trying to sell my Xbox 360. I don't even remember the reasoning behind it, but I remember all that shit right here on this picture, you know, all these pictures. I was trying to sell it like as a bundle. I didn't want to sell everything separate because then it would have got complicated. I just wanted to sell everything at once. And, you know, I hit up GameStop, bro. You see all this shit that on the screen? I don't remember the exact like price they were trying to offer me, but it was like around 40 to 50 fucking dollars for all this shit. Bro, what the fuck? Maybe for the games alone, bro. Like, honestly, bro, they're just smoking penis, bro, at this point. Like, you can show these motherfuckers a stack of video games, and they'll offer you like $5 like nothing. I mean, it's just a matter of time before GameStop actually dies for real. And I think it's in the near future. And, you know, half of me is sad, and the other half just doesn't really give a shit in a way. That's just me, though. But, you know, I do have a lot of fond memories. I also have a lot of shitty ones. I'll never forget the day I was begging my mom to get me GTA 5 when it first came out. And I was like, Mom, let's go to GameStop, please, I want it. And I was like begging, bro, right? And tell me how when we got to GameStop and we were about to check the game out, the guy said, ma'am, just before I let you buy this, I hope you know that this game isn't good for your son. It has sexual content and drugs and alcohol and killing. And my mom literally, she just walked out. We didn't buy it. My dad came in clutch though, and he got me it like a week later when I was with him. Like, bro, that motherfucker could have just kept his mouth shut. Why do you care? The cashiers at GameStop be tripping. They be fucking snitching on me. You know, that's one thing I've always found kind of funny about GameStop. I don't know why, but I feel like half the employees are really nice and relatable, and the other half are just like dickheads. It's kind of like a hit or miss when you go there. Like, I've had really nice customer service there. Like, just the employees are really nice. And then I've had one time, and I remember this specifically, that like I was talking to some guy about anime, and this is like when I first started off with anime, and I called like one of the people in Dragon Ball Z a name he wasn't. Let's be honest, all the characters in Dragon Ball Z look the same, or Dragon Ball. Like, they all have that same face. And I think I called Vegeta Goku by accident, and this guy got really fucking rude. Like, dude, it made me so fucking like embarrassed. Bro, that's not Vegeta, that's actually Goku. Like, he got so mad, bro. I mean, I guess that's a great place for him to work at GameStop if he gets that mad about pop culture. I remember one time specifically, I worked with my dad during the summer for his little small business he owns. You know, it's nothing fucking crazy. My dad is just an honest worker. He makes his money to support his family. And I remember I helped him out for a week during the summer. And at the end of the week, he gave me like $400, 500, and he gave me like a whole speech before he gave me the money saying, "You worked for this money. Spend it wisely. Go buy yourself a pair of shoes. Get something nice for yourself." And then I remember I said, "Dad, can we go to GameStop?" And he said, "All right." And I guess he thought in his head that I was gonna spend like 60 to 80 bucks there. And you know, he waited in the car. And I remember when I got out of the fucking store, I had like a big stack of Xbox One games. And this is like when the Xbox One first came out. So I was like 13, 14. And I remember he was like, "How much did you spend?" And I was like, "All of it." And he was like just shaking his head at me, bro. He was like, "Damn, I thought you were gonna go buy yourself a pair of shoes or something nice and save the money." Yeah, bro. I was like that type of motherfucker, bro. I would spend all my Christmas money at GameStop. So, you know, I'm really familiar with the place. I just feel like digital games is more convenient, if that makes sense. You know, but I love GameStop. Hope it survives. We'll see what happens though. But honestly, I think it's gonna go in the direction of Blockbuster. Comment 7 if you made it this far. And tell me what's your favorite food. Like, I'm for real. Like, I know that people usually, like, ignore when I ask stuff like this, but what's your favorite food? Like, I'm just curious. I want to get to know you guys.